Here's what I want to do for you today on this broadcast. Break it all down for you as quickly as possible. Everything that you need to know from today's Apple event. So let's start with Apple Watch Series 8. Narrow borders, new watch faces. The display is going to be brighter, swim-proof, dust-proof, crack-resistant, the ability to track menstrual cycles, and use it as an opportunity to also sell the fact that Apple does a lot of its storage on device via encryption, and that Apple's not going to look at your sensitive data. Actually, the way they showed it was pretty cool. I was looking at it and I'm like, that's pretty useful. Crash detection is using motion sensors, gyroscope, accelerometer, which have apparently been enhanced. Apparently they've been working on this feature for years. There was a big element in this presentation of all the things that can kill you, from the crashes to the getting lost, and all the ways in which Apple's going to save your life so you buy their product and don't die. Low power mode is going to give up to 36 hours of battery life, get 18 hours all day battery life, and up to 36 hours with a new low power mode. This is going to restrict some features in order to deliver that extended battery, which I could see myself using that if I wasn't more interested in the Ultra model. 4 colors are going to be available: midnight, starlight, silver, and red. Stainless colors: silver, gold, and graphite. It'll start at $399 for the non-cellular version, and then $499 for cellular. And Apple Watch SE, save some cash. $249 non-cellular, $299 cellular. Possibly the most exciting item. It's made of titanium. 49mm case, I don't mind. It has a sapphire display. Now, sapphire is an unbelievable material. It's incredibly hard and therefore scratch resistant. However, it tends to be brittle. The titanium is going to be a lot more durable, and it's protecting your sapphire. This is a fantastic idea, knowing the materials in use here. This is the biggest, brightest display ever on an Apple Watch. Programmable custom button called the Action button. It's customizable, that's the point. A compass waypoint, the beginning of a fitness exercise or a dive. It also has a bigger crown. It's a larger diameter, and coarser grooves make it easier to use. It has 3 microphones as well. An adaptive algorithm picks up best microphone for audio, machine learning filters noise for optimal voice clarity. This is the biggest battery ever in an Apple Watch, 36 hours on a single charge, and they're not talking about battery saving mode. Coming soon is what they said, 60 hours on low power. That's interesting. New watch faces, and you have a bunch of special new bands. The Alpine Loop, Trail Loop, and Ocean Band. Better GPS in this device, especially in dense urban areas. $799 for all models. That's USD. It's a lot of money for a smartwatch. You got a $1,000 phone, and now you have close to a $1,000 watch. Some people are going to scoff at it. All right, let's get into the AirPods Pro next. You have a new H2 chip. You can actually use your phone to take a scan of the shape of your ear and side of your face in order to enhance the spatial audio experience. Apple is claiming double the noise cancellation capability. This is also going to be enhanced by the fact that you now have 4 ear tip sizes to choose from. It has adaptive transparency mode. This is going to aim to analyze the environment in order to automatically adapt. Touch control for capacitive volume up and down. Longer battery life again. There's a speaker on the case now, which can send certain notifications as far as being charged. And you can use your Apple Watch charger for your AirPods Pro, which is kind of nice. They're $249 USD. All right, let's get into 14 and 14 Plus. Let's get into the iPhones. Say goodbye to the mini model. Now, at the baseline, we're going to have a 14 and a 14 Plus. You don't need to go Pro in order to get a bigger size. I think this Plus model, iPhone 14 Plus, is going to be a big seller, like out of the bunch. 5 colors: midnight, starlight. There is a new blue, a purple, and then a product red. They say it's the best battery ever in an iPhone, but of course they're excluding Pro models on that. It has the A15 chip, a new 12 megapixel main camera sensor, larger sensor, larger pixels. They're saying a 49% low light improvement. That's pretty significant. You have the True Depth front-facing camera, which now has autofocus for the first time. They talked a little bit about their photonic engine. This is something I like to see, the action mode. It basically gives you Steadicam-like footage for video. It looks like a gimbal. We've seen this attempted on other devices. The samples they're showing look pretty amazing. another thing that I'm excited to test. This next fact is going to be the most controversial of the day, I'm certain. No more SIM tray, no more SIM card. It is all going to be eSIM. You can activate your new iPhone or add carriers digitally, so you're calling and texting in no time. And unlike a physical card, eSIM can't be removed if your iPhone is lost or stolen. Anytime something like this changes, people are irate. Both of them are eSIM only? The Pro model as well. Wow. That's a real-time reaction right there.
We're dead.
Welcome to the future. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. eSIM. Save the environment. Okay. The phone also has crash detection just like the watch. It'll trigger emergency SOS if you don't respond. It also, oh, by the way, has this thing called emergency SOS satellite mode. Essentially going to use satellites in an environment where you don't have a cellular connection or any other type of connection. Apple's actually going to set up their own relay centers. It's kind of like Apple 911. This is another one of those things that can kill you that Apple wants to remind you of, whether it's the heart attack with the watch or getting lost or in the middle of nowhere, falling down, or the car accident. They've got it all covered. This is going to be free for 2 years. I have no idea what they're going to charge for it after the fact. $799 to start USD for the iPhone 14. The bigger model, $899. These are starting prices, obviously, depending on the specification you get. iPhone 14 Pro, they were like, you know what? A hole punches, hole notches, they're all funny and weird. Let's just lean into it. Let's dress it up. Let's not pretend it's not there. Let's not put a wallpaper that aims to hide it. This is a change. And they made it so significant that now it's integrated so heavily into the notification structure of the software. They love this pill thing. They don't call it the crazy pill. They actually call it the dynamic island. Available in 4 colors: space black, silver, gold, and deep purple. Sounds fantastic. The pills section is 30% smaller than the notch was. It is going to become your notification center. You can tap on it. It's going to act as sort of like a secondary picture-in-picture of something else that's going on, whether you're waiting for an Uber or you're playing a media file, sending a file via AirDrop, you're trying to catch a flight, or maybe you're connecting your AirPods. It's going to give you some extra information. And if you tap on that section, you're going to get extra controls for play, pause, to change tracks, things like that. It's going to be available in 2 sizes that are the exact same as the non-Pro models, so 6.1 inch and 6.7 inches. This is maybe the thing you got most excited for, which is a bit weird of all these things, but it's always on display. It has a 1 hertz low power mode for the display, so this is how you're going to get away with it with minimal impact on battery life. Here you have the A16 chip, so an increased performance, obviously. 65% larger sensor. They actually have a really big sensor now on the Pro model, but they're doing a quad pixel thing, so you end up with a 12 megapixel photo, so you're able to bring in more light, which is going to give you all types of enhancements in low light type situations. They claim 2 times low light improvement over the iPhone 13 Pro. Because of this bigger sensor, we're also getting 4 zoom levels, 0.5 ultra wide, 1x, there's a new 2x, and a 3x telephoto. It also has Apple Pro RAW, which will use all 48 megapixels of the sensor. They have ProRes for video, and also action mode with the gimbal-like stabilization will also apply to the Pro models, obviously. And they said all of this and still good battery. $999 starting price for the Pro and $1099 starting price for the Pro Max. Once again, we're talking about USD prices. You can configure them with storage up to 1 terabyte.
That was impressive, man. Good job.
I tried to condense that as much as possible for you. Honestly, it was a very, very long event, and I wanted to take all the important elements and put it into something that was as easy as possible to digest and to compress time for you. I know you want to know all this info, and I know you might not have an hour and a half. So hopefully you found that useful, interesting, informative.
This episode has been sponsored by Anchor and my favorite little power bricks that feature GaN technology, giving you more power in a smaller package. That's what's in these little boxes right here. Anchor USB-C GaN charger capable of 30 watts. It's called the Nano 3. This is the world's #1 mobile charging brand. Compared with the Apple 30-watt charger, this thing is 70% smaller. I said 70% smaller. Look at that. It's like the size of Apple's old 5-watt power adapter, except it's 30. That's GaN technology for you. Upgraded protection called Active Shield 2.0. This is technology that safeguards your devices by monitoring temperature over 3 million times a day. There are your 4 color options. You have black, blue, green, and lilac. Now, how about the cable? Bio-based design. They're saying it's environmentally friendly. The 541 USB-C to Lightning cable. This is a 6-foot version of it. A little bit of cable management baked in. It's got a nice little ridge to it, kind of like a texture. It feels robust. So thank you to Anker. This one's a no-brainer. If you're picking up a new iPhone, never mind the 30-watt Apple charger. Save some space, save some cash. This one is currently listed on Amazon for 22 bucks. I really don't think it gets much better. That is the Anker Nano 3. And by the way, you can just keep going until you hit it.